At this point, we will be doing a deep cleanse. And deep cleansing can be done with different products. I will be using a biological peel. The biological peeling is it's an enzyme peel, and I will apply it lightly. Now, everything to do with peelings and scrubs is on chapter 5. The BioPeel can be mixed, it's a powder, and can be mixed with a cleanser, with water, with toner. With Genevieve, I mixed it with a toner, rose toner, and I apply lightly on the face, as you notice, evenly. Now, if she has sensitive skin, be very careful to apply on the cheeks last. You go very close here on the lips. I do like to apply with a brush. This is a musk brush. Be very careful that you're applying all over, very close. Do not go too close to the eyes. Have you noticed I'm going approximately around like this? When you apply the BioPeel, you really have to keep a close eye to the skin that she does not get too much irritation. 2-3 minutes. Sometimes it's just plenty. And of course, the neck. Never forget the neck. In a few moments, you'll notice that the BioPeel becomes quite chalky when it dries up. So be very careful that you do apply it nice and evenly all over the place. At this time, the BioPeel needs to get stimulated or activated with a steamer. Now, I apply the steamer from the back. There you go. You can apply the steamer different ways. I like it from the back. Some clients, some estheticians like it from the front. I like it from the back because this way the steam does not go inside the nose. But if you like to apply and the steam coming from the front, that's also correct. So I like to keep it on just for a few minutes, a minute, minute and a half, 2 minutes, because what the steam does, it activates the BioPeel. Okay, so let's say it's been already a minute or so. You take away the steamer and allow the peel to work. And I like to leave it on until it becomes chalky, but I keep a very close eye that her skin does not get overstimulated or irritated. So while the client is relaxing and you notice that the peeling is starting to dry, you could get products ready, but you should always, in a spa, cover your client's eyes so she can relax. Turn the light down a little bit. Ask the client if she is cold, if she needs an extra blanket. So while we're waiting, I have already her products ready. So I would like to talk a little bit about what is a peeling. Peeling is classified as a deep cleansing, and it should always be included in a facial. Now, there is different kinds of peelings. There's gommage, which is like a rubbery type of peeling. The purpose of the peeling is to remove the surface, dead skin, old oil, which is caused from the oil glands releasing sebum. So you want to remove all the old sebum, all the old skin. So you want the skin to become more refreshed. So what we do, we remove the surface. So we exfoliate the surface. And if the client has a lot of surface dehydration, this is a very good procedure. Now, if the client has like old sebum throughout the skin, old skin that has not desquamated or exfoliated, the new product cannot penetrate. and we will have a buildup of rancid sebum, a buildup of old skin, layers of skin. So we cannot give a very good treatment. So there's few benefits. So I would like to list a couple of benefits of the peeling. First of all, it reduces the buildup of layers and hardened dead skin of the stratum corneum. The stratum corneum is the top layer. And as we get older, this top layer becomes thicker and uneven. Allows better penetration of the nourishing products, of course. So if we remove all the dead skin, the good serums or ampules that you put onto a client's skin absorbs more readily. Improves the nourishment of the skin, improves the hydration of the skin, of course. It refines and smooths the texture. So the appearance of the skin will be more even, so that will look very nice. If we go very close to the eyes, it reduces the fine lines. And of course, it aids or helps with the removal of the comedones, because as we take away this dead skin, when we do the extractions, the comedones can come out much faster, and of course you will need to use less pressure. So you can see a lot of benefits. Now, areas that you cannot use biological peel, gommage, or any form of a microdermabrasion is actually on blemishes. So if you notice the client has very irritated blemishes, pimples, papules with pus or pustules, you should not apply the biological peeling on it. You will have to go around it. So that's something that you have to be very careful. If the client had a lot of broken capillaries in this area, then the first thing that I would do is apply the BioPeel or the desquamation or any product that I'm using for deep cleansing in that area last, and then remove it first. As you notice on my client, the peeling is getting lighter, is becoming chalkier, and of course it is peeling the skin. And so I do look at very carefully that she's not going too red, but everything looks just fine. So I'm going to leave it on for another few minutes. At this point, I will be removing the BioPeel. We've had the BioPeel on for approximately 5 minutes. So gently, I'm going to put some water to soften it. Next time, I might keep the BioPeel or the peeling on a little bit longer, but we need to see what is the reaction of her skin at this time, because you do not want to irritate the skin. Okay, now that I put all the whole thing down, now I can remove it gently. Remember to be always gentle with your client's face. And as I'm removing the peeling, I'm turning on the steamer, and you can hear it most likely in the background, because I will do some steaming on her face for about 5 to 10 minutes. Now with the steamer, there's 2 little knobs, and we're going to learn a lot more about the steamer later on. But one knob is more for the steam, and the other one is for ozone. And you can see, let's put it on here. Now of course I'm going to ask the client if it's too hot. That's fine. Okay. So again, you can put the steamer on from this way or from the front. Both of them are good. Now if the client has more problems in the forehead and nose, I like it this way. If the client has more problem in the chin area, then I will turn the steamer the other way around. Now the steamer has ozone, and ozone is a disinfectant, so it's very good, especially if someone has blemishes, acne. So you want to keep the ozone on most of the time that you're applying the steamer. If the client has dry skin, you want to keep the ozone on only for a few minutes, not very long, because it is dehydrating. So I am being very careful here to remove all the biological peeling, because the biological peeling will continue working if we do not neutralize it, and we're neutralizing it with just basic water and removing it completely, especially around the nose. Sometimes we forget this area, so we have to be very careful. So as the steamer is on, I keep a close eye that she doesn't go too red or anything like that. Now I was talking before about peelings. There's different types of peelings. So you do need to educate your client. What should she do at home? She should have like a mild scrub. Could be an almond scrub, algae scrub, that she can use it every week or every 10 days. And if she has very uneven skin, even more often. But you can also use a scrub instead of using a BioPeel. Scrub is a little bit milder. So at this point I'm going to ask my client, is it too hot or is it okay? It's fine. Okay, very good. So scrubs are the weaker kind of peels, but can be used again every few days, once a week, and also you can use it at the spa. But a scrub is a more of a mechanical, because you apply the product and you're scrubbing, so it's a mechanical type. I was mentioning gommage. Gommage is a product that you apply and it dries up, and then you rub it off like a gommage. So you rub off the dead skin, and it's a weaker type of a peel. Biological peeling, I like it very much. It usually has enzyme like papaya, pineapple, and so it's an enzymatic peeling and basically eats away the dead skin. So you have to be very careful. Usually biological peeling, like we mentioned before, it gets activated with heat. Then we have glycolics. Glycolics are a great type of a treatment. It must be done in a spa. In a spa, usually can do 30%, 40%. And again, we have to learn a lot more about glycolics. And you can look at it in the chapter 5, explained a little bit more in detail. But glycolics goes right into the skin, stimulates the fibroblast, and activates different activities in the skin. But again, you must be educated. Microdermabrasions, again, that's a great way. It's a mechanical type of a peel. You need to be trained, just like with glycolics. Glycolics are chemical peels, so you have to be very careful what you're doing. And again, you must be trained before you can use it on the skin. Now, if we look at chemical peels, we as an estheticians, we cannot do chemical peels. It must be done by a dermatologist or a doctor. But again, that's a deeper. Chemical peels and dermabrasions, not microdermabrasion, but dermabrasions, basically they're removing all the epidermis, and they go down to the dermis, and we as estheticians, we cannot work or cannot perform chemical peels or dermabrasions. Our type of peelings, we're dealing with epidermis, so we're working with the epidermis. We're not peeling down to the dermis. So when you start doing facials on clients, you have to be very well educated to know about the manipulations. You need to know more about the skin types, what type of benefits you can give to your client while you're performing treatments. So we're going to leave this steamer on for another, I would say another 5 minutes to soften the skin, and then we will perform the extractions. But before I leave, while the client is under the steamer, you could cover her eyes. It's a good thing, so she relaxes. That's very important. Another thing that I like to do under the steamer, I like to apply a product on the skin, especially on the nose area, which is it's a product which it's called disincrustation, and it's basically a product that softens the pores, and you apply on the nose area and the chin area, and it's called disincrustation lotion. And simply we get a gauze, and it's soaked with disincrustation lotion, and you apply just for a few minutes, okay, on the nose area. And be very careful, the client is not claustrophobic, very important. Put it around the nose area, and if she has a lot of blackheads, you would apply onto the chin area.